All right, we're in the seventh round. I'm going through all of the Tennessee Titans selections. With this selection, pick 242, the Tennessee Titans selected Miami safety James Williams, which they have the intention of moving him to linebacker to play in that Denard Wilson scheme. So let's get this thing started. Right, we're down to the last two picks for the Titans in this draft analysis. And Williams was a player that you put on the tape, you saw some high level, old school football. He is smacking people. He's coming down into the box and definitely putting his stamp on the game. You look at him from the objective framework, eye test, whatever you want to call it, 6'5, 215, 220 ish. Um, and then obviously he has the ability to play back deep. If you look at the analytics, his ability to play deep was one of his strengths, which when you play deep, all you're doing is being rangy. Um, as far as being let's just say you're a post safety, and you're just pretty much back there in your third, and you're reading everything, reading and reacting. So it's not hard to be graded very well doing that, but let's not undermine his ability to still be to close. To me, at the next level, he's more of a split safety if he does want to stay at safety, closing the amount of area he has to cover, bringing him into the box in his more natural position. I always talk about this, finding the safety hybrid that can tight end stop. I'm starting to believe that it doesn't really exist unless your name is Kyle Hamilton. But having a player that can play a similar role, definitely nowhere near Kyle Hamilton, but a similar role is possible. But that's my evaluation of him. The Titans clearly see him as strictly linebacker. And moving to linebacker, it's a whole different beast because now you're having to bang with the linemen. You're having to read keys consistently. And with that freakish athleticism, who knows? He could build out a role very similar to Jaron Curse, that, a player that played, or had his most recent success with the Cowboys. You don't have to be Kyle Hamilton. You can get close to it. But then there's, the good, bad, and ugly. That's how I evaluate. So, there are some athletic limitations that come with James Williams, whether it be, this comes where a lot of players have tic tac things. They wear these shoulder braces. I noticed that he wears one, I think, on his left shoulder. But other than that, like, you don't see like a mega 4'3", 4'4" athlete. He's probably 4'5", 4'6". He is 4'5", 4'6", if not slower metric times. But really what I want to get down to is really how will he react real time versus pros, and not future doctors, lawyers, gym teachers, financial analysts and stuff like that. What does he do against professionals? And he's hit or miss, to be completely honest, quite literally. And moving him closer to the line of scrimmage is good, but also, does he have the physicality to bang with the big boys consistently? And that has always been something that um, you have to address when you make these type of selections. So what about what can he do, right? We talk about, when I use plus minuses in my grades, it's not strengths necessarily, and it's not weaknesses necessarily. It's more so strengths, what can he do, and then concerns, possible improvements, right? So that's really what we're looking for. So with that being said, what can James Williams do? He can be aggressive in tight quarters, in the short area. He can make plays. So that sounds like a special teamer to me. So if that was the case, running down the field, and then at that moment of truth within the last 7, 10 yards, 5 yards, can he break down and make plays as he has a freakish build. I wouldn't say he's a freakish athlete, but he has a freakish build. So can you repetitively be a gunner, or maybe not a gunner, but somebody running down on special teams, staying in your lane, breaking down, making the play, wrapping up? Don't know. I didn't put a grade on the last selection that the Tennessee Titans, which you should go check out the video with Jaquan Jackson. I will give that probably a C, solid C. This one is closer to a C minus to a D. I don't see the amazing upside like a player even last year in Trey Dean, who I would have selected for the Titans. I think Trey Dean is a better player and a better prospect than this selection here. Don't see the upside, but at pick 242 with 14 picks till the draft is over, they took their guy. Maybe they have a specific plan, special teams, and then they believe in the development of him as a linebacker, or they may experiment and move him back to safety. To me, I think he could be a split safety to dimebacker role. I don't think you have to go full-fledged linebacker, but that's who they picked, and that's their plan for him. But overall, I'll give it a C minus to a D. And next video coming up.